Welcome to January's Flamingo Community Lagoon. Once again, it is the last Tuesday of the month, so we're here hanging out to chat about Flamingo Finance, the project roadmap, DeFi, crypto markets, the new Order Book Plus, and anything else. And remember, this is an AMA, so we're also here to answer any questions the Flamingo community may have. For those who don't know, Flamingo Finance is an easy-to-use DeFi platform built on the Neo N3 blockchain. As a decentralized exchange, Flamingo is designed with smart functions for everyone, from beginners to advanced cryptocurrency users. On Flamingo, users can stake digital assets in liquidity pools and earn rewards in our native token, FLM. We've been around for over 3 years and currently have a TVL, or total locked value, of over 30 million USD. We've also introduced our very own stablecoin called FUSD, where users can add collateral and borrow the stablecoin against that collateral. For those listening in on YouTube or Spotify, we hold these lagoons live on Discord, which we'll link below so you can join us in the next one. And please don't forget to like and subscribe from any platform you're tuning in from. Your support is greatly appreciated and is important to get more flamingos at the lagoons each month. If you're in the audience, feel free to raise your hand, come in and join us on stage to ask any questions you may have, or drop your questions in the chat. We'll keep tabs on it. I think we're going to try to keep this lagoon somewhat short and sweet because the devs are working diligently on this last bug that we found with our latest testnet trading competition. So we're going to keep this one somewhat short, just so that we can get back to work. We can talk a little bit about the bug we found and how the competition went.
Yeah, it went really good. We had over 50,000 trades. No issue handling that volume, and the order book itself shouldn't have any issue handling any kind of volume. So the competition itself was really good. What we did yesterday was that we emptied the whole contract for all funds, removed everything, and then to check that the remaining assets were the expected fees. But then we see that in some cases we have a bit more Bitcoin and less USDT than we should have. For Doge, it's perfect, but for XRP, we are lacking like 0.001%. So we just have to figure out this. First of all, we have to figure out where it goes wrong. So that's what we've been doing since yesterday, working throughout late last night and up early today, parsing through all the documentation or events that we have to try to figure out where it goes wrong. And it's really hard because it's a huge code base. It's important to say that this is not like we're not gonna be able to fix it. It's just we have to find where it is and then fix it, because everything works. Everyone here has tested the order book. Everyone has traded in it, and I guess nobody here knows that they got like 0.1 FLM less or 0.1 FLM more.
Right.
And it works great. But when we see that we have this issue, we can't like just ignore that and hope that it will work. So we know that there's a small bug somewhere, and what's going to take time is to identify where it is.
Right.
So that's what we're currently working on. And then when we have identified where the bug is, we can see like the impact of it. Is this something critical that we need to like do a stress test to make sure that works? Or is it this like, yeah, okay, this is logical.
So this could potentially cause another need for an audit, or no?
No, I don't think an audit at all, because all the security aspects have been checked. This isn't like nobody could drain assets from the contract. It's more like in some cases you could like the dollar amounts is correct. So if we take everything that's in the contract now, the value is correct. The issue is that some trades have gotten more of one asset and some trade has gotten less of an asset. And we're not talking about huge numbers. So this can be one trade that something has happened on, and then it's let's say $10 for that trade, or it can be 1,000 trades for 0.001 cents. So we just have to identify it, test it, and then I can say no, of course, to new audit, but I don't see why we need it, because that's more security for like re-entrance. The auditors can't help us with this kind of stuff because they can't test like we test. They can check for re-entrance, they can check for like us doing some wrong calculations. But remember that this contract alone is almost just as big as the Neo chain.
Yeah.
When it comes to the code base. So it's a lot of ifs and elses, and so we're working hard on it, and hopefully we find it today or we find it tomorrow. As soon as we find it, we will announce that, and as soon as we have a fix, we will have a new release candidate. We will do some internal testing, and then we will let people come and test that as well. But hopefully we don't need like a full test run. But we have some new functions that we would like to stress test more. Functions that make you able to sell the other token, or like, let's say you have USDT and you want to buy Bitcoin, you can specify that you want to buy 0.1 Bitcoin. With the functions that we have tested, you have to say that you want to sell $1,000. So we want that other way where you can define how much Bitcoin you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's implemented, and that the plan was to start testing that yesterday, but we won't start test that until we have found this bug and killed it.
Yeah, and just playing it devil's advocate here, because that's what I do best.
Yeah, perfect.
Is there any possible scenario where that such a small amount is being held back from what traders are receiving? Could that be added to a fund or put into flocks or something, and that's just announced? Like, could that be a possibility, or do you want to actually make sure everyone's getting 100% no matter what?
This is mathematics, and if you do like 50 minus 40, you should end up with 10. And if you end up with 9.9, you should look into why. Because in some cases, like we say, we don't know if this is a small issue or if this is like a, let's call it a big issue. If it's for one order, like let's say someone, in this case, I've just traded 0.0001 Bitcoin and they didn't understand what happened. And they didn't get the funds, so just one order. But then in the future, maybe that's order for 10 Bitcoins. But it can also be like multiple small orders. We don't know. So we have to figure it out. The math has to be 100%. There's no reason that it shouldn't be. And like, there's no need to take a shortcut. Shortcuts, it's like, the only thing that shortcuts will give us is a shorter lifespan. But I like good questions, and like I said, for me at least, I know for everyone here, we want to get this out. And for me, it's like, I'm so tired of this now. I don't want to sit here today and say like we are looking for a bug. It's everything that we think about every day, getting this done. It's a hard thing for the past year to work on, and we just want to get finished. But we can't be sloppy. We can't afford to be sloppy, because if we're sloppy, then it's hacked. Something goes wrong, and there's just more technical debt that we have to deal with further down the line.
Well, I know the community appreciates you. The team appreciates you. I know that the devs have been working super hard on this for so long. And I know that we're approaching the finish line now, and I can only imagine how tired you guys are and exhausted
yeah,
of just crazy work that you've been doing.
Yeah, and it's not just us. It's like we have families as well. It's taken a toll. So when I told yesterday, I went to bed. I think it was around 12 o'clock or something like that. And I couldn't sleep, tossed and turned around in bed. And then my girlfriend said, like, you can't get sleep. And I was like, no, I'm so fucking tired of everything. So I went up to the living room and just had to put something on TV to just numb myself to sleep. And then when she wake up, she said, like, I slept so bad last night when you said you were tired of everything. So, like, you want to live? So I was like, I'm fucking tired of the order book. I'm not tired of my life. But so it takes a toll on kids, and it takes a toll, especially where we're at now. So, but no complaining. We just have to eat the sour apple and get done with it.
Well, we're so close. Just hang in there. Yeah. Just tell the girlfriend to hang in there, the kids to hang in there for a few more days. We're almost done. We're almost there.
Yeah,
so close.
It's really close. Just find this bug now. But it's a really pain when you're like looking for something that you don't know or don't understand how it happens. So that's the issue now. We have to know why it happens, and
there's there's so much to look through.
Yeah, is this something wrong with the fee calculation? Is there something wrong when the account is updated with balances? Is it something wrong with withdrawals? Is it something wrong with deposits? Is it something wrong with the AMM trading? It's like there's so many ways something can be wrong, and it can be like off by a small percentage, or it can be something wrong when if the price have passed this in the 3, but someone did this with the cancel and then this happened. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we have to figure it out. So, and we will figure it out. So people build rockets and land them, then there's no issue building this.
Here.
Yeah, but yeah, it will take time. So it will take time. Now that the LRB fund is repaid, what will happen with the extra FUSD? It will go to Flux, basically. Some for the security fund of Flamingo and some for Flux. So that's really nice for Flux. Also, MFB set is working on the Flux contract, and we implemented a buyback and burn function. Just for a quick update there. So that means that we can set the percentage of the total income to Flux that will just go to buy a FLM and burn it. It's beneficial for everyone, so that we can have some passive burning on each epoch. So it's not just by burning FLM to get Flux, but also that the Flux protocol itself burns some FLM. A lot of people here today. That's really nice.
Yeah, 28 so far.
But yeah, people come with questions, please. It's better to explain now and yeah, talk about stuff now than to. It's hard to be answering everything on Discord and at the same time trying to like get this bug fixed, because it requires a lot of headspace to have all this code and understand it. And yeah, I can ask or answer one question is like, why don't you copy paste the code and put it into an AI and it can help you? And the issue with that is that the AI has never been trained on an order book like this. It's been trained on order book code, of course, for regular centralized order books and stuff like that. But it just starts dreaming because it doesn't know, it doesn't have like the answer. It's like asking ChatGPT how life on Mars is. It can't give you a solid answer because it doesn't know about life on Mars. So it's the same here, is that it's helping us, of course, with a lot of autocomplete and stuff like that, but it's hard to get it to help with making something that's brand new. So yeah, we have a new question: how Flux buyback and burn mechanism work? It's a percentage of the total income of Flux, so it will just, let's say it's 20%. So 20% of the income will go to be converted to FLM and then burn that FLM, basically. And that can be updated, that percentage. I think we will start with 0, but then once we introduce Flux, we can say that within 6 months or something like that, it will be added 20% burn. And then later the community can vote for what the percentage should be, because with Flux, we will also introduce later voting, because using Flux as voting or a DAO token, because then you actually have to forego something to be able to vote instead of just buying a lot of FLM, voting for your result, and then selling them. With Flux, that's a lot harder. So can we test Flux soon? That's up to MFB set, basically. I know he's working really hard on it, and with the changes that we talked about today, I guess there's some more to do.
Yeah, regarding Flux, the development is going well. At the moment, we are for the code base in the audit phase, and we are working hard on the front end part. So that is everything set and good to be tested. We didn't push to, let's say, allow testing just immigration, because it was just a migrate button. So it was like really simple thing that wouldn't give a lot of feedback, so it would be better to have, let's say, the whole front end made and ready to be used with the last touches on the contract side. But overall, is going great, and we are adding some more tests to the code base to have also for that contract a lot of tests, and that make it, let's say, all tested the most we can. And so yeah, that's great.
Perfect. So question from Crypto Babylon: will there be a marketing strategy after the release of Order Book, and do you think Solana/Ethereum users will be interested to test a new blockchain? So I can answer the second question, and then Bordeaux can answer the first one. Yep. I just jump on and answer the second one first.
Sure.
Yeah, I think users want to use something that works. The issue we had, like, for the last years is that volume goes down as liquidity goes down. It's been some hurdles, but if we get volume back up, if, like, for people that have tested the order book now, seeing the 0 price impact, seeing that they can add limit orders, go to sleep, see that they are filled the day after, and stuff like that, that will hopefully bring more volume. And then when you bring more volume, people get more interested, and that's how basically Solana grew. It started with some projects that more people got interested in, and then, like, the interest grew because they had some fundamental stuff there. And I think the same here for Flamingo and Neo, because Flamingo is on Neo, so we need Neo to grow as well. So I guess that people are interested in being where the fun happens, basically.
Yeah, as far as the marketing strategy for the release of Order Book Plus goes, yeah, we're going to continue doing everything that we've been doing thus far. So that includes Medium articles, announcements on Discord, announcements on X, announcements on Reddit, announcements on various other Discords in the community, such as Neo's Discord, Neo F1. We're going to pair up with some of the other projects in the ecosystem to help us announce as well, such as COZ, etc. On top of that, all along we had been planning to run paid ads on X. We were going to do that from not only potentially Flamingo's X account, but also my own X account, Somnium Waves X account, so on and so forth. I got looking into it last week, a couple weeks ago, because we've been trying to advertise on X all along, but we've been getting blocked because we are crypto, because we are DeFi. In my research the last couple weeks, I discovered that not only is X blocking us because we are DeFi, but it's for very specific reasons based on the country that you are that you registered your account from. The Flamingo Finance X account, as well as my personal account, Somnium Waves account, they're all registered from the United States. And so I did some digging, and there's a very specific stipulation for accounts that were registered in the United States to advertise DeFi. In order to do that, you have to be registered with the SEC. Flamingo's not registered with the SEC. I'm not registered with the SEC. Somnium not registered with the SEC. I don't think Neo's registered with the SEC. So we've got some legwork to do if we want to register with the SEC in order to advertise on X. I think this all ultimately is, up to, not only us at Flamingo, but also Neo, NGD and whatnot, whether we want to try to get registered at the SEC and whatnot. There's also a potential, second way of doing this. We could potentially start new accounts on X. This is kind of like a backdoor way of doing it. I don't know if it will succeed, but these are just my thoughts so far. We could start other accounts on X and potentially register them from other countries so that they don't have to register with the United States SEC. But there's definitely a list on certain X pages, business pages, about what needs to get done depending on what country that you registered your account in order to advertise DeFi projects. So each country is a little bit different. That's definitely another option that we could potentially move forward with, though, in order to advertise on X. We could potentially launch new pages or new accounts and advertise Flamingo that way, as long as we follow the specific stipulations of whatever country that we move forward with. So there's still potential options here, but it does kind of throw a wrench into advertising on X, at least. We thought we were going to just be able to advertise from at least our personal accounts, since I'm personally not DeFi. Somnium Waves personally not DeFi. We were just going to advertise, say, Somnium Waves YouTube videos about Order Book Plus. That's really, we're running an advertisement really for a YouTube video that happens to be about DeFi. I thought that would be a good kind of workaround, which we could still potentially might be able to pull off, but something tells me once they review it, they're going to block it because we are still technically advertising DeFi with the video. So that's definitely something that we're going to work out, though. There's so many different options, so we're still going to get it done. I also just saw that Crypto.com app, one of the major sexes, is now advertising on Reddit. And previously, when crypto projects were advertising on Reddit, they were using these kind of backdoor ways of like, click on this link. The link didn't actually go to their DeFi platform. It went to like a completely different website that offered, royalty programs and stuff like that. And that technically isn't DeFi. And so that was kind of the way they were doing it. But this advertisement I saw like a couple days ago, straight up from Crypto.com exchange, and it was straight up just like download our app and start trading BTC. So if Reddit is allowing that, there's got to be a way to do it. So we're going to be looking forward into looking for ways to execute on Reddit as well. And then we're also going to move back to running paid ads through platforms like Coinzilla. Coinzilla is a platform where you can run paid advertisements on hundreds of other crypto-related websites. We had been doing it for a couple months previously. We stopped doing it, though, because we don't have a specific landing page that specifically caters to people who are clicking on the advertisement links. The reason we need that is so that we can generate some data on how successful these ads are. We don't want to keep pumping tens of thousands of dollars into these paid ads if it's really not doing much for the platform. So in order to go that route, we're basically going to have to develop a new landing page for Flamingo, specifically for people who are clicking on those ads, which we do plan to do. But obviously the devs, designers, myself, we're all super focused on order book and flocks right now. Once those are out of the way, we can start focusing on those types of marketing initiatives as well. I hope that answers your question, but those are kind of the biggest kind of points on my radar currently as far as marketing, order book, and flocks. Obviously, totally open to other suggestions from the community as we go. Looks like I'm getting some thumbs up, some that will be nice. NEB says, are there any marketing companies that can do marketing on X on your behalf? Potentially third-party companies. That's a great question. Potentially third-party companies who are registered with the SEC, I suppose, can advertise DeFi. It would just be about finding those third-party companies who are already registered with the SEC. I don't know if they exist, but definitely something that I can look into for sure.
Yeah, it will be, but I think I have a good marketing strategy together with a solid product. Like Flamingo is solid today, but like I said in previous AMAs, is that the issue is that we can't handle large volumes for trades. So if you want to trade $1 million on Flamingo, you have to stay at your computer for 24 to 48 hours, basically doing small trades. So I think once you experience that you can trade $1 million on Flamingo with one click, you will find that nice. Personally, it's too hard to trade on Flamingo, so I have to go to centralized exchange to trade. I'm really looking forward to just being able to use Flamingo because all assets that are on a centralized exchange, at least my feelings is that like every time I click withdraw, the question is, am I going to get the assets, or will I get an email from them saying that they require some KYC stuff, even though I KYC'd with them, but then like all of a sudden there's a reason, like at least in Europe now we have this crypto travel rule. So now it's like 99% more likely that you will get stopped withdrawing assets from a centralized exchange if it's not to a known wallet that you've been using for many years. So that's like the nice thing about being able to use Flamingo. And I think then when people see that they can use it again, see that they can trade, it will help. But yeah, it's a long way to go. It needs marketing, it needs a good community, but it also needs a solid working product. And that's why we're still working on this bug, because we can't release something that is 99.99%. Yeah, and like Benny B says now, I mentioned this to Mr. Google before. It's good to also highlight how long Flamingo has been operating safe and secure. Thinking about the drawing new traders, no KYC and security. So yeah, it's that's the important parts. Like you can trade in a decentralized way. Basically, with your tokens, holding your tokens, you have some risk when you have a limit order in there. Of course, a contract risk if the contract is hacked, but that's what we're working on, making sure that's not going to happen. But you don't have the asset risk, like or third-party risk that you have with the centralized exchange. So I think that's the future. People will use it. People use Flamingo today. So I think we will see a lot more volume. And when it comes to marketing, we will actually be on Consensus Hong Kong in February, end of February, yeah. So we'll be there together with Neo. I think didn't Smooth Talker asked the question, hello, is there a plan to decrease maker fees as compared to sexes? It's a bit more expensive to add cancel orders and could be nice to incentivize by having lower fees than for takers. Yeah. I think that would be nice as well, to have lower fees like 0.05% or something like that for makers. Because we want to people to add those limit orders in the book, of course. We've been testing now with 15 points, and that's just to make the math easy when we're doing the due diligence now afterwards to see that everything is right. It's and when it comes to Flux, it's easier. We split up now, so MFB set has been working hard on the order book together with us and another dev as well. We split up, so now me and Atlas are working hard on the order book, and MFB set and the other dev is working hard on Flux. And as he said, like it's the current code is in audit right now, security audit. And the front end is implemented. Last time I talked with the other dev, he said like 70% or something done. So that's not far away, but it can't be released before we have the order book, basically. So yeah.
Oh, and by the way, guys, I totally forgot to mention our Zeely campaigns, our monthly Zeely campaigns as part of our marketing initiatives. Zatroff and Morton mostly handle those, but moving forward, starting soon, we're totally shifting what we've been doing on Zeely, which is campaigns surrounded by marketing on X, retweeting, commenting, liking, so on and so forth. We're shifting that more to using the platform. So it's going to be tasks more like making a trade, staking in a pool, using Order Book Plus for a buy and a sell, buying some flocks, staking this or that, trading in this or that pool, borrowing FUSD, things of that nature. I don't know if Zatroff or Morton want to kind of take it from there and kind of go over how the new Zeely is going to look at all.
Yeah, sure.
Or how the last month's Zeely has gone?
Yeah, sure. Our Zeely campaign has shown its value from a marketing perspective, contributing positively to the project. However, as we've discussed, we don't want it to become merely a complete tasks farm crypto platform. FLM deserves more, especially with the new innovations we are introducing during this period. That's why we are planning more platform usage tasks, similar to the last task we introduced during the testnet phase. You remember? This approach will benefit both the community and the project. Will be restructuring Zeely with a more impactful and strategic plan moving forward.
Yeah, while checking the order book plus testnet leaderboard, I can see some users are from our Zeely campaign. So as I can see, people in Zeely campaigns can use our platform. So it's better to use the platform instead of tweeting some tweets to a black hole. So I will also be glad to see shifting our tasks for platform usage. So if people want some prize money, they should use the platform and they will gather XP with those, and they can redeem their own prizes with their points. So they can, it's simply pay as you go system. So people also have some people have bad thoughts about these sprints. For example, someone is working really hard for the whole month, but the whole campaign's destiny is tied to the last task. So if you are late to the last task, you won't earn any money. So that's a little bit frustrating for the rest of the 100 users. So shifting our tasks to platform usage will be a really good way to continue earning money, because For every task you have done, you will get XP, and with your XP, you can accumulate those XPs to redeem for gas, and you can sell that gas or invest on liquidity pools on Flamingo, or use order book to trade something else, or buy flocks. That's the best thing I can do. So yeah, it will be really good with
Yeah.
platform usage.
As a sum, we have created a new task module called platform usage tasks on Zilli. You can see we test the first one during the testnet phase, and it worked well. We'll continue with it. We'll be shifting the campaign more toward this.
Yeah, and also
Awesome.
also later we can have much more parsing of stuff like deposit this, trade in this pair, trade for this much, have this volume. There's a lot of stuff we can do that's on chain instead, because it has to bring some real value, not like you said, not just a retweet of something to 3 followers.
Yeah, I'm really excited about all that stuff. And then also, by the way, I don't know if Somnium Wave maybe wanted to speak up a little bit about some of the content he's been working on. He's been working super hard on some really, really nice video ads for Orderbook, for Flocks, even for this testnet competition that we've been having. I don't know if Somnium Wave wanted to touch base on that a little bit.
Yeah, sure. You guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So as the devs, I've been working really hard on all the on all the coding stuff and in the back end, making everything work. I've just been really just stockpiling a bunch of different content, like a short form 7-10 second video, like ads that we use as clips on different platforms and stuff. So we have a lot of different variations of ads that we can A and B test and see what gets more attention and stuff. So yeah, I've just been stockpiling a bunch of content and kind of just ready to hit it whenever everything's ready. And aside from that, just focusing on making more educational content as well, kind of to introduce like other people that are, using other dexes or other different platforms like on Solana. And, that way we can draw people in from other platforms to try to get them to use Flamingo. So yeah, just focusing on that. And as the date gets closer to order book, I think once everything launches officially, that'll be a really golden time to really start pushing out all this content and, just kind of focus on the future with Bordeaux and Mr. Google and everyone, kind of just focus in on a solid marketing plan and, try to get ultimately new users to the platform.
Awesome. I saw someone had their hand up. Invited them to the stage. Edibliss. Hey, Edibliss, how's it going? Do you have any questions or comments? You're muted, by the way.
I participated on the Flamingo's Zilli campaign, though I was late. I saw it late, but I tried to improve myself via the Zilli task. The task was so amazing, though I started late. So I joined and I participated. I joined because I'm one of the ambassadors in New Blockchain. I hope you know New Blockchain.
Which blockchain? Neo?
New Blockchain. New Blockchain.
New blockchain? No, I've never heard of new blockchain.
You participate. You partnered with New Blockchain, so I get to involve myself there. That was why I came into this community that time. Okay, I want to ask if there is an ambassador campaign going on in this community, in Flamingo community.
Yes, there is. There's an ongoing Flamingo ambassador program. Basically, we invite users to do what they think best helps the Flamingo platform. Whether that's
interesting. Please drop the link for me so that I can click and participate. Thank you very much.
Sure, no problem. I'm going to have to go dig up for that, so I don't want to keep everyone else on the line while I do that. So I will go drop that in the ambassador channel on this Discord after this Lagoon event. So go keep your eye on the ambassador channel in the Discord. I think it's called ambassadors or ambassador program, and I'll drop the link there after the after the Lagoon. Thanks for the question.
Thanks, guys.
Does anyone else have any other questions for the devs or for the marketing team or anything else?
I have something to say.
6.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been trying to find the bug, and it seems like I found something.
Nice.
Yeah, that at least gives an indication of where the bug is happening. At least for the missing amount in XRP, when we settled all the accounts, there was 0.123 XRP missing, and I found a transaction where the price bot is making a trade at the exact same time as Mr. Google is claiming, and the fee of Mr. Google's claimed amount is the exact amount we are missing. So there might be something happening if there is a trade happening at the same time someone is claiming, and they're not then inputting the correct parameters to claim, because Mr. Google was maybe able to claim some more, or something else is happening. But definitely on that transaction, something really strange is happening, and I can see the exact amount that we're missing. So I think we're one step closer to finding the bug and squishing it. So that's good news.
Yeah, we found it, so now we have to find out why. So yeah, at least we found something. That's the first
we
for
found
today.
something. Yes, that's
Yeah.
the first in 2 days where we found something. Yeah.
Ah, epic. Nice.
Yeah,
that's-
I think if there's no more questions, we will jump off here and we will spend the next hour until dinner to figure out more shit.
Yeah, I would like
And
to
then-
lend Mr. Google or borrow Mr. Google to pick his brain.
Nice. Let's go and do this, and we will keep you all posted as soon as we've found a bug, and let's see if we find a reason why it's happening.
Yep.
And we
That's
will keep you
awesome.
posted.
Go squash the bug, guys. Have a good day.
Thank
Talk
you.
soon.
You guys-
Bye bye.
See you all
Bye-bye.
later.
See you.
Bye bye.